The world is different.
Beyond a lifetime ago, a war between nature and civilization arose overnight, seemingly without reason. 50 years ago, it paused in a tense stalemate.
1 year ago, on a cold winter's day, the mountainous city of Bulwark erupted as its long-held godly prisoner escaped his chains from beneath the stone. The decimation was the righting of a great wrong, but a terrible price was paid.
Our heroes, who set the freedom and destruction in motion, were called to the lands of their former enemy to help this god on his path to reascension. Their mission complete, their eyes turned back to a threat at home.
They look at their footprints, at the trail that they've blazed, a trail that led them to redemption and peace. Now, the same footprints lead them back home, and they walk a path where they might just find the end. And as the sun rises over the summit, they face the day together. Hello, and welcome back to Another Path. My name is Chase, and I continue to be your GM. Today, change. It's an arbitrary thing, but I cannot thank you all enough. Episode 100, with these characters, with each other, and with you, it's something. I would like to thank all of our current and recent Patreon backers for helping us get to this point. In no particular order, Kim, Jeremy, Patrick, Nate, Connor, Christina, Zan, Nathan, Carlin, Nicole, Atan, JJ, and Veronica, Joel, Tyler, Kyle, Chuck, Enoch, and of course, Ice Tier Brewing. If you like what we've been doing, please consider donating to us at patreon.com/ghostlightmedia. And now sit back, relax, and enjoy your 100th trip down another path.
Motherfucker, how dare you take this niche from me?
Like, I'm not going to turn to animals a lot. That's going to be more turning other people into shit so they don't hurt me.
Fair enough.
Turning dragons into sloths.
Classic maneuver. And then throwing them down a basement.
The three-toe special.
Somehow icky. I don't know why.
That's somehow worse.
Saw a sloth last weekend. Sloths are great. I got to do that bit with when I went home this past weekend. I introduced my dad and his wife to the documentary Fyre, F-Y-R-E, about the Fyre Festival.
Oh, yeah.
Great, wonderful, yes.
If you haven't watched it, I cannot recommend the Netflix documentary Fyre just highly enough. It is a wonderful example of how event planning just goes wrong and keeps going wronger. Cassie also hadn't seen it, so this was an introduction for her as well. And every time one of the three of them would say, "Oh my God, I can't believe this actually happened," I would get to turn to them and say, "Don't worry, it's gonna get worse."
The best part of all of that is that they had cameras.
Yeah.
There was so much they didn't have, but they had cameras.
Yes, they did. There were cameras everywhere all the time by design.
And pigs.
And pigs.
There were just wild pigs all over the place.
So bad.
He just wanted to see the pigs.
There's this new Avatar game. Is that what we're playing tonight?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. I do want all of us to play that, but to just remake these characters. That's what I think we should do.
Well, we've already established Mordecai's an earthbender.
Fact.
That's true.
And Bilga's clearly a firebender.
Fact. Is Jackson Cabbage Guy?
No. Jackson is the guy who was betrothed to Princess Yue and the Northern Water Tribe. You know, the guy who, like, rushes Admiral Zhao. He's like, "Admiral Zhao!" And then, like, gets thrown off the deck, like, very easily. But instead, you kill Admiral Zhao.
That's pretty good. I'll take that.
There we are.
Is Saphir just Prince Zuko, but, like, if he did what he was supposed to do?
No, Zephyr is Long Fang from Ba Sing Se, the creepy leader of the Dai Li who stages the coup.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's Zephyr right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I know myself. Let's play it.
Hey, if you know who the Cabbage Guy of the AP universe is, tell us in the Discord or on Twitter or somewhere. Yep.
It's Mr. Ender.
No, because
Which
Mr.
one?
Ender would kill
Which
anyone
one?
that knocks over his cabbage thing.
Barty.
Bartender?
I feel like Barty has a little bit more going on than Cabbage Guy. Because Barty is not hapless the same way that Cabbage Guy is. These are my thoughts.
No, the Cabbage Bender was the one of the two half orcs that went, my friend, you killed my friend.
Yes. That's an episode 3 or 4 throwback. I love it.
If you have a different idea, please at us in the Discord or on
Yeah.
Twitter.
Get at us.
Yeah,
No.
Zach's making those pulls today. Let's go.
Let's go. All right. Are you all ready?
Yes.
Hi, Mom. I'm good. We're good. We got something. No, it's just funny because we're in the middle of recording and I answered the phone.
Hi,
It's just
Ryan's
funny.
mom.
Hi,
Everyone says hi.
Mrs. Ulrich.
Okay, we will.
That timing could not have been better.
It could not have been better. Could not have been better.
Mordecai, you rejoin everybody in the Hall of Open Secrets as Baelit comes out of a trance and stumbles to his feet. Okay. I've seen a lot of ways this can go. I think Amber Eye's shitty.
We kind
I'll agree
of
with
knew
you.
that. Yeah.
We all agree with you. Preaching to the choir. Can you get more specific?
I'm seeing the Amber Forged fight alongside the Mind Flayers.
Oh, I mean, we kind of knew that from our Golden Inspiration trip.
So, way I'm seeing it, we've got a couple options here. We can... And he shakes his head again. We can go and we can loop through and we can grab that power that Jackson saw. We can go into that temple. We can see what's in there. And we can pull whatever it is out. Because if it's something that's powerful enough that Amareya Dejani would be down for us breaking into one of his temples and taking, it's probably worth doing.
Mordecai raises his hand.
Mordecai.
I missed something.
Yes, you did. It's okay.
Oh, yeah.
God gave me a time-bending vision, and there's power on this spot on the map.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, Bulwark is...
It's overrun with mind flayers at the moment.
And we're going to Everburn, and Addie asked for us to bring the gods. Also, I can talk to people in their brains now.
So the thing with Zephyr and Baelit becoming the Grand Intruders.
It was the Illithid, yes.
Yeah, I saw it. It wasn't a good place.
And they're at Bulwark now.
They are there. Addy and everyone that is rising up against them are currently gathered at Everburn. Jackson communed with Amareya, and he told that there is some sort of power in this tower. However, the tower is going to take days to arrive there. Once we are there, it's going to take days longer to get to the wall. Whatever power there could be tempting and useful, but by the time we get there and get back to Bulwark, whatever power is welling in Bulwark is going to grow to match it.
Mordecai's listening, but this question makes it sound like he wasn't. I turn to my mom and say, "Where was Dad the last time you talked to him?"
In the city.
Okay.
I told him to leave. I told him to get the kids and get out. He might have gotten out, because we had talked about that.
Mm. We did. You're right. We did. Okay. Sorry.
Anyways.
Power in the tower.
There's power in the tower. We can snag that.
Maybe.
We can also, or in addition to, I guess, we can go to Erden. Pay Amber Eye a visit. Knock his teeth in. Murder that ancient bastard. And maybe we can, I don't know, free the Amber Forged, cause a little more chaos in the city.
Knocking out leaders sounds
That
Good.
that also gives us a really great covert way into the city. And if we can knock that out, maybe the people from outside can rush in, cause some chaos, really take it to them. Or we can head straight to the edge of the wilds and then hoof it the rest of the way to Everburn. Meet up with Addie and whoever else is there.
It's a long trip.
It's a long trip.
either way.
But if we got Striders, if we could take some Striders with us, if we can use some of your cousin's magic, maybe we can speed up that journey a little bit.
Maybe.
Zephyr, if we can remain in communication with Everburn, it is a tactical advantage for us to end up covertly inside the city because somebody's going to have to open the gate, right?
Not. I guess in theory.
I want to go to Everburn. I want to go to Addie. I don't know if we can.
Pause real quick, because a look passes between the two present Grand Intruders. He very subtly sends you a message, Zephyr. There's always the vaults. And something you didn't realize until just this moment is that you know exactly what's inside the vaults of the Grand Intruders. This is knowledge passed with the keys.
Oh, God.
Fuck. Okay.
At the very least, you have a pretty good idea of what's inside them. The Covenant of the Patrons. It is a physical fraction of the power of each of the patrons.
Okay.
Given as a sign of loyalty and fidelity to Bulwark and the Greynor government as a whole. They still linger there, apparently, ostensibly.
Mm-hmm.
You know that they're there. Not just the Deep either, but also Carrie, the General, the Wanderer, and ostensibly Gaia, and Amareya Dejani as well.
So essentially like a mini spark of divinity, kind of.
Almost. That's a good way to think of it.
But for the patrons.
It is possible for an individual to take on this aspect. They give an incredible amount of themselves and risk death. Less so for you and for any of the other Grand Intruders.
Yeah, the Grand Intruders can take them easily.
Not easily.
Not easily, but easier than the others.
You're still giving of yourself a fair bit. You would lose something that makes Zephyr Zephyr. But it is a piece of something that grants power to hundreds of people across the Greynor Peninsula. That is a potent piece of magic.
It's very good. Entrance-wise, where does a Grand Intruder, like, is it going into their sanctorum sort of thing, or?
Pretty much. There is a spot in Bulwark.
I'm assuming the knowledge of which comes with the key.
Exactly. Because you rejected yours, you are still a little foggy on exactly where it is.
Yeah.
But you know for a fact that with time and with acceptance of this responsibility, you would be able to easily locate it, which is also notably incredibly difficult to locate unless you know exactly what you are looking for. What Baelit tells you in this moment as well is that the two Grand Intruders died trying to get to theirs.
Oh.
They were trying to take it so that they could fight while they waited for backup.
And they were struck down before they could get there.
Exactly. So you know it's still there.
We have an option that is in the city. We would have to get there. But it could be potent. It would be less out of our way.
For
what I
option
know,
for who?
it would
you?
be for myself, for Baelit, for I would assume for Kaelin Kane as well. And I believe, I'm assuming as you described it, Chase, that the remaining warlocks of them also get boosted.
No,
is what you sounded.
It would
sounded
just
like?
it would just be the
boost
Grand
us.
Intruders, but those are the ones that are there.
Yeah.
And for what it is worth, if you could locate Amareya Dejani's, and if you could locate the two Fey ones,
they can take them.
These two could. It would
That's
be
right,
a
because
risk.
Amareya was the forebearer.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I always forget that.
We would have to track down their Grand Intruders, but Unless they're all dead. I don't know who they would have passed. I'm assuming they would have passed to someone else, yes, after the current ones died?
If Gaia's is still around, maybe. Who knows what happens over the next 48 hours, though, or however long it takes her to take that on and for us to get back there.
Well, then wouldn't Amareus be gone? I don't know how that works.
It was an odd situation. The Grand Intruder of the Forebearer was the only warlock of his able to actually tap into that power after the decimation.
We know now why, because there wasn't a lot of it.
Exactly. However, he's still kicking around somewhere. I can almost guarantee you that my good friend, whose name I need to look up because I've never actually had to say it out loud, Red Hop Mercury.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Grand Intruder Mercury.
Grand Intruder Red Hop Mercury. He would be able to assist us in getting that open if he is not en route to it already. That being said, with Amareya Dejani, where he is, who's to say if that key could pass? And if the key doesn't exist, if the key doesn't pass, the door might just open. But if we could figure out where it is, well, maybe we could take it.
Look, the tower, Amber Eye, they are great goals, but with circumstances as they are, I do not think that we have the time to do so. Everything I have heard about Illithids, they are a virus. Bulwark is the host at the moment, and they will grow and overtake everything given the time to do so. We have a chance to bolster ourselves in the city. I know it will be difficult to storm the gates, but I have just came into some things that might be able to aid us, and I don't think we have the time. Amber Eye will not leave his kingdom willingly. He'll either be in Bulwark aiding, or he will be down in his decrepit hole where we can find him afterwards. But we need to stop this before it gets to the point where we can no longer.
Zephyr, you see Baelit looking a little uncomfy. The other two wouldn't notice it.
Yes?
Just supposed to play it a little closer to the chest is all.
These things work quickly, and the more time we give them...
I know.
If we go to Everburn, they're going to, one, have the most idea where we can either track down the remaining or new Grand Intruders, and there's sources of extra power right where we need to be. But taking an extra week's travel to go to a tower and then fight our way through an underground sanctum this could be lost before we even get there.
You say head to Everburn and then find the vaults from there.
I say head to Everburn, find out what we can. If other Grand Intruders are there, we bring them with us. We get into this city as quietly and as quickly as we can. We find the vaults. We empower ourselves. We blow the doors off the place and let everyone in.
I like the idea of moving fast. I don't know if my family has gotten out of the city or not. So I like the idea of moving with haste, but I like the idea of coming at this from two sides. I like the idea of taking out an enemy general before the fight has even begun. If Illithids are fighting side by side with Amberforged, if we knock Amber Eye out of the equation, that's potentially half the enemy forces gone, possibly even flipped to our side. I don't know.
Jackson, what do you think?
My heart tells me to go to Everburn, and my head tells me to go find this tower. And my head is smart enough to know that no matter how quickly we get to Everburn, we're not going to find an organized resistance. Everything just happened. It's going to take some time for Everburn to become the center of a resistance and get organized. Even if we get there right now, or within a day or two, we can help organize, but they're not going to be ready to turn around and move the second we show up. Maybe they can help sneak us into the city, but everything's so fluid right now. And guys, I haven't had a dream since Plains Watch. So this has to mean something, and I don't know.
Amareus never steered us wrong before, right?
I can't explain what it's like to walk with your patrons into godhood, but I feel so accomplished and so alone. And if there's a piece here that's waiting for me, I think I have to go.
So what are we thinking?
We sound very, very divided.
Atticus,
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of this rests on you and you, Leia.
Yeah, how far can you move people?
What options do we have?
Atticus nods his head. My guys can, we can move quick. We can move you all quick.
Gesundheit, cousin.
Thank you. It's almost like I'm out of beer and this voice is not easy.
Gazoon, good cousin.
And I've got more rough voices coming.
Good cousin.
If you all wanted to take different routes, well, we could give you some time. You, and he looks at Zephyr, we could get you to the edge, no problem. You'd have to start walking. It would be a solitary journey. We're not leaving the wilds. Apparently, if this is as bad as it is, we need to shore up our own defenses. The other cities need to know.
Yeah, they do.
Cousin,
Yeah.
if you know about where that entrance is, we can get you there too.
I think I remember it, and I could always ask Kyron. References maps.
I look over to Leia. How many of us we're all going, right? Kalen and
Yes, the whole retinue going.
the whole retinue would go, right?
We couldn't get... Aunt Leia, how many do you have? Leia starts ticking off.
Because Coppersot has, like, soldiers here, right?
Right. No, there is a contingent here. We have 6 in our commandery and another 75 of our normal... 75?
She's really important.
Apparently. Okay, fine. So, here's best bet. We could get, like, 15 back to the edge of the wilds without a problem. And depending on how whatever is going...
Make it 12, because I'm going to need Baelit and Kalen, so say 12.
15 total.
Oh, yeah.
We can do that. If you keep whatever bullshit is over there. And at that, Baelit, visibly frustrated with the slowness of the proceedings of the events, drops open his hand, and spinning in his palm is the image of a mind flayer, which the 3 of you would only really know outside of like diagrams and whatnot from your vision.
Professor Celephase.
Yes, and this one does not look like Professor Celephase. It is still tall and imposing, but lacks the fancy black hats that hid its true nature. Its large purple bulbous head and tentacles from its mouth are flying wide, berobed in iron and velvet. And he holds this image in his hand. It's these things, but larger. And he snaps his fingers. The image flips to nautiloid ships and dreadnoughts. These damn things are flying over Bulwark now, casting the whole place in shadow. We need to get whatever power we can and take this thing down. We can figure out how to do it once we get there, but from here, I've got nothing. And he throws his hand in the air and it casts the image wide. Right. Okay. That's a lot. But I can get you where I can get you.
Okay.
3 of you talk, figure out where you want to go. Think you might have some. And as he's about to say, I think you have some time, you hear footsteps coming from below. Grex steps out onto the dais. And Grex has his arms folded and his eyes downcast, and he looks up. Our Lady would like to see you.
Oh, good.
All right.
Gesturing to the Mantis Knight.
Gary, can you tell them that we got to go see Mom God?
Yeah, you got it, boss.
And Gary just looks over at the three of them and then just kind of nods his head. The three of you can just tell by looking at him. This is the most humbled and sober, literally sober you have ever seen Archbishop Grex.
Yeah, if I was also invited, I go down.
Yes, everybody's involved.
Yeah.
The Decimators are
The
involved.
Decimators.
We got it. We got to come up with a new name, gang.
Who has the highest passive perception?
Mine's 14.
15.
17.
Mordecai. With the 17, you notice as Grex steps out onto the dais, he looks up and he sees Atticus. And he sees the amulet hanging from Atticus's neck, and he nods. And he leads you downstairs.
Grex has respect for the Brotherhood, it would seem.
The four of you, plus the three Mantis Knights and Grex, descend into the temple, and you take the path you were not allowed to take initially.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
You are led first through kitchens, and then through barracks. You're surprised, Mordecai, when you had spoken to Hugo Thickmouse the other day. He had mentioned getting lost, but this seems incredibly straightforward from your perspective. You make your way through the barracks into a temple. This temple is gorgeous. It is wrought from just pure carved stone, no brick, no nothing. These are natural caverns by the look of it, just slightly edged out and carved in different directions. This is clearly where Holy Guard come to worship, and it is divided into the four wings as you are used to seeing from the temples of the lords out here. You then descend another level deeper into what appear to be just rooms filled with drawers, just going in either direction as far as you can see, drawers and records. And then you descend another level deeper.
Mordecai takes just like a lingering look at the records and all that, just remembering what that one Mavo priest said to him forever ago. I'm just like,
You come to a flat, again, just carved wall. And Grex places a hand against the wall and it melts away.
Hey, Grex,
Yes, Silver.
is this good conversation or bad?
Probably good.
Okay, great. Thank you.
She had a rough night, but she seems okay now.
cheers to that.
Okay.
He leads you again deeper to another temple. This one is smaller, more holistic, to one entity rather than four, to the singular entity that held the spark between it all. This is not a temple to individual four gods. This was a temple to the four gods, an older style of worship, one that is much less popular, but much more closely held revered by those who knew the truth of the matter. And you can hear, even from here, just a very gentle every so often. And as you descend one final time, another layer of spiral stairs past another secret door, you find yourselves in a large carved out room. There is almost nothing in here. It is a few single pillars holding up the weight of Lee as you walk into this cavern and you see Gaia in her full grandeur trying to mold energy in her hands. And she sighs, seeing the three of you enter. It's done then.
For the most part, yes.
Mantellum?
Dead.
Done. Gone.
Well,
For now.
Well,
mostly
Gone.
dead.
As dead as one of his ilk can be.
Yeah.
You have saved me once again. I won't forget it, you know.
yeah, we know. It's worth it.
You'll need to leave soon.
Like now.
Yeah.
But this is important.
Mes amis, me plovenele, adieu-moi. And her 3 mantis knights join her at her side and lay a hand on her massive arms. You see a jolt of just unimaginable pain pass through them as they are connected to pure, unbridled divinity, only slightly blocked by their mistress who holds it. You 3, 4, pardon me, Baelit. And he holds up a hand. No, it's fine. I'm a new addition. I get it.
Happens all the time.
You 4. You are ever my shield. You are my Aegis. It was good to see you one last time. This will take some days to do. Go. I am safe now. The Brotherhood is here. I can feel them. Go. Protect your home. When you need me, the winds of Plainswatch will be at your back.
I will take a couple steps forward and druid craft some snapdragons and place them, I guess, kind of at her feet, since I probably can't reach a spot to like tuck them into her pocket or something because she's like 20 feet tall. One of the mantis knights reaches a shaky hand out for them.
These are for her. You can have one if you want, but yeah.
They take it, and as it draws back, you can see that their chitin starts to change. It becomes orange and a lighter shade of green. Where their natural armor spikes off, it curls up and opens at a point, and it takes on the aspect of a snapdragon. Unfazed by its own transformation, it places the flower within the fold of Gaia's robes.
I say, Lady Gaia, we never chatted too often, but I've always had great respect for your domain. And I think I'm going to be around the wilds a lot more. So
I'm certain I will be seeing you
I think so.
again.
I think so. May the winds be ever at your back.
May the path be clear.
And I'll step back.
Zav's just dead quiet throughout all this. Is like standing behind like literally everyone, like hands like folded tightly behind his back, and is just kind of fuming a bit.
Hey, Gaia.
Yes, Jackson.
Jackson's hand goes to his ear. It was worth it.
And she looks at her hands, which you can see through scintillating glints of light are battered and bloody from grappling with divinity that is not hers. It usually is. Right. Should probably let you guys figure out what you want to do. Take you back up.
Well, oh, sorry. One more thing here. If you want to, this is dumb, but it's what I've got. So I pull out my remaining cinnamon hardtack.
The gift of the gods.
Best damn road snack I've ever seen.
And pass it up. It's not good.
He finally admitted it.
And it's not holy, but it's meaningful. And I think gods get hungry too.
The mantis lotus knight reaches out and takes the hardtack and puts it in Gaia's robes. She nods. I understand. I'll say hi Tajani for you all. And she winks.
Yeah, as Grex ushers us out, like Zaf is quickly like spins and just starts heading up the stairs.
You very quickly make your way back to the surface. Baelit sighs. So what's the plan? What do you want to do?
God, I don't know.
Zephyr?
You all know where I stand on this subject. You all must do what you think is right, but I am going.
You're going to Everburn.
I'm going.
That didn't answer the full question.
You asked me if I was going to Everburn. I said I was going.
I didn't know if you were going to try and do a fucking solo mission into Bulwark.
I will if I have to, but someone needs to get there to start to get this in check.
Right.
I understand if you have to go to your other places, but someone needs to start burning the weed back.
No reason we can't burn it from both sides. If I know my sister, if I know Kella, she put too much work into getting people safely to Erden to let them be in danger. She might very well have people ready to go in Erden. If I can get there, if I can find her, if we can drop Amber Eye from the go.
That's not nothing.
I just feel like we'll be spread too thin otherwise. Dealing with Mind Flayers and Amber Forged and whatever else Vin has up his sleeve. If we can eliminate one front, I think it's worth it. And I can be closer to finding my family.
Okay. That makes sense. Jackson.
Addie asked me to bring gods. This is where God is telling me to go. I never thought I'd see the day where I'd put being a man of faith ahead of being a soldier. I have to go.
Okay. The Concordance.
We can stay in touch.
Who do you want to be the last one in the loop?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Who goes where? Grand Entreaters go with
Grand Entreaters.
Grand Entreaters.
We are going to Everburn.
Yeah.
To be frank, I agree with Saphir. But we all have our own duties to make.
When I arrive in Everburn, I will see what help Addie can send your way. She's accomplished that she might be able to get people to you quickly. Get you at least some support.
Okay.
And then once we'll be able to stay in touch. That's a huge bonus. Once we've all accomplished what we need to accomplish, we can figure out a plan from there.
Fuck.
No.
I have a plan.
And
That's Jackson's line.
No.
I have a plan, and it's going to come out of his mouth.
If I was able to find the other vaults.
Like the Fey vaults?
Yes. If we were able to track those down, would you two be willing to take those on?
Me and Jackson, us too.
Yes. Because
I gesture to Kalen and Baylor to go, we're sort of spoken for at the moment.
he reaches into his robes and pulls out a familiar baggie.
Gold inspiration?
I know how we can figure out where they are.
Oh, fuck.
Once we are in the city, we can take a big hit. And we can use this to navigate the city. It's dangerous.
We take a hit so big, we skip Vice 3, go straight into Vice 4.
And we get a crew together, and we go in, and we find it. And at least figure out where they are. I'm sure there is somebody in this city that we can find to help us break in. If we need to.
My sister would be great for that. And my dad.
Yeah.
They're not ones to sit on their hands, so.
No.
But let's,
No.
one step at a time. Yeah, Baylett?
One step at a time.
Battle than the war.
But to plan for the war, we meet at the gates of Bulwark. All four of us. Alive and well. And ready to take our city back.
I slap my Aegis tattoo.
I mean, I would consider Plainswatch my city.
Okay, yes, fine.
Your point is made. Thank you.
Our capital. Our capital?
Yeah.
Capital.
Our capital.
Where a lot of this started and ended.
We already ruined it once.
What's the worst that can happen?
Well,
I promise you, we can't make it any worse.
All right, let's
I need to gather.
Let's get our shit and then.
Yeah.
I'll go talk to Atticus.
Zeph like is visibly shaking and walks to where the staircase is, and then just fucking clicks the boots and just kind of goes up.
You quietly and in your own time make your way back up to your suite and you pack your things. It takes a little bit of time. You've been here in and out for a little while and you kind of got yourselves resettled, but after about half an hour, there is a knock at the door as Atticus's awkwardly smiling face kind of leans in. It's like, hey guys, got some folks downstairs ready to go for you. So, I'll meet y'all down there.
We'll be down soon.
All right.
Thank you.
Of course.
I'll close the door. I've never really felt like the next big thing is on our doorstep so imminently than I do now. Because, like, I knew that you guys would be by my side, and come hell or high water, we'd knock it out, right? Shit.
I don't have people that I am fighting for, aside from you. I don't have a family, or one that I love. Only you two. Do not die, because you can't.
We're not gonna.
No way.
No way.
We can't, right? I mean, at this point, it's...
Like, it'd be so bad if we did, for, like, everyone.
Will you guys just shut up? I'm trying to be serious here.
I hear you. Zephyr,
Mordecai, you do feel Baelet stiffen next to you when you say that.
I've lost 2 brothers from all of these wars. I'm not losing any more of my family, and that includes you two. I am not losing you. That will not happen. I said damn the consequences before. Not again.
Zephyr, I need you to do something for me.
Of course.
Jackson pulls out the remaining Amarea arrowhead. Well, you're going to see her first, so I need you to give this to her.
I like, before you even keep saying, I like clap my hand over yours and this. I will give it to her.
And tell her it's a promise, and I'll be there as soon as I can.
I take it and I put it on my bracelet right next to mine. It will go to her hands only. I promise you.
You're a good man, Zephyr Shenestilia. Grand entreater.
Dude, don't even. We don't need to talk about it right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw an arm around Baelet and just kind of like gently kind of give a little bit of a massage on his shoulders, just to kind of get him to loosen up a little bit, and kind of guide him with me toward the other two and say, can I just, before we go, I don't necessarily have a point to this, but like, I'm sick and tired of being called decimators.
Oh, please, we need to stop it.
I think we got a new name.
The buck stops with us, for real, though.
Guys.
With the Buckaroos?
No.
What? I don't like that.
Guys.
The buck? What?
We're Aegis.
That's what I was gonna say.
We always have been.
Not 3 anymore.
We are the shield of the gods.
Damn straight.
Let's show them what that means.
That's how we started.
We're gonna finish this, and we're gonna finish it together.
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 I never thought that our journey... Well, fuck. I never thought it was gonna last this goddamn long.
No.
But the only thing that we've been able to count on is that when we face down the horrors of this world and the divinity of the next, that we were standing side by side. And that's the only way we're going to be able to finish this. So don't beef it. Please.
Right back at you, Captain.
We seem to be beef resistant.
That's right. It's pork all the way down.
Come on, Baelet.
I had to.
Read the room,
the
man.
room.
I'm sorry. I'm used to one of you guys doing it.
Just shut up and get in here, and I pull everyone into a big hug.
And you hug. One last time
See you all again.
before you part ways. For the first time, really, since all this started. Thank you for joining us here on Another Path. You can find our website and merch store at anotherpathpodcast.com, on Twitter at anotherpathpod, and our network at ghostlightmedia.net. You can support our efforts by donating at patreon.com/ghostlightmedia. A very special thanks to our donor, Nathan N., or by giving us a rating and review over on Apple Podcasts or whatever podcatcher will let you. You can find me on Twitter at TQLoudly, Ryan at RyanRolled20, Griffin at GriffCold, and Zach at ThatGuyZachRob. We'll be back in 2 weeks with a new episode. And until then, remember that as much as everything changes, everything stays the same.
Damn. Spicy. Spicy.
Fuck.
I didn't think
it
would get this spicy.
Gang, I love you guys.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Woo! Oh my god, guys, what are we doing? What are we doing?
No, this is terrible.
I love it though.
Whatever.
I love it though.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
This has been a Ghostlight Media production.